Okay, so this is Unit 4, KA. Let's get started. Okay, so number 1, a nap is the intersection of a plane with one or both naps of a double cone. So what that kind of looks like is you'll have two cones like this, and then you would have a plane that dissects it, and then it makes like a graph within it. So this would be possibly a parabola. Okay, so 2, a circle is a locus of points in a plane that are equidistant from one point called the center. And then number 3, determine the center of the circle from the equation. So let's go ahead and find out or write the general form, which is x minus h squared minus y minus k squared equals r squared, where the center is h and k, and you write it as a coordinate point. And then the radius is the r. Okay, so if you look at the equation they gave us, it's not in that form, so we're going to have to get it to that form. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to first focus on the x's here, and then we're going to focus on the y's. So first the x. So we have x squared minus 6x plus 9, and we're going to factor. So remember with factoring, we're going to do the AC method, so it's based off the standard form. So A is 1 here. So remember, if you don't see a number in front of a variable, it's the coefficient is 1. And then, so A times C equals 9 here. So next we want to find out what factors there are of 9 to get positive 9. So 1 times 9, and then you have to think about the negative numbers too. So negative 1 times negative 9 gives you positive 9. 3 times 3, and then negative 3 times negative 3. Now we want to know which one adds up to B. So B is in this location, so it's this number. So B equals negative 6. Which one would add up to negative 6? First one gives us 10. Second one gives us negative 10, positive 6, and then negative 6. So it's going to be those factors. So we're going to rewrite this as x minus 3, put the factors there. And since these factors are the same, you can rewrite it as x minus 3 squared. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this part and put it on the top. And then let's go ahead and do the y. Y squared minus 4y plus 4. So we're going to do the same thing. A times c is 4. What are some factors of 4? 1 times 4, negative 1 times negative 4, 2 times 2, negative 2 times negative 2. And then if which one equals to b, which is negative 4. This is 5, this is negative 5, this is positive 4, and this one's negative 4, so it's going to be this one. So we get x minus 2 times x minus 2, and since those are the same factor, you can rewrite it as x minus 2 squared. Oh, and these are those aren't, those are not x's, those are y's, because we're going to use in y terms. So this would be y minus 2 squared and equals 16. Okay, so again, the center is h and k. And so you notice we have minus 3 and minus 2. Well, since they're inside parentheses, we're going to think the opposite. So we see minus 3, really it's plus 3. So the center is positive 3, positive 2. Okay, so 4, determine the radius of the circle. So this is the same equation that we just did. So I'm going to rewrite it as x minus 2 squared plus y minus 3 squared equals equals 16. So we have that. And remember the general, let me go back to the end. Slow it down. Okay. So we want to know what the radius, which is, we'll find out after the equal sign, that number 16 is going to help us. And this is r squared. So r squared is 16, but we want to know what r is, the radius. And the way we do that is you take the square root. So what's the square root of 16? 4. And so that is the radius. Okay, a ellipse is a locus of points in a plane such that the sum of the distances from any point in the locus of 2 points called foci is a constant. 6, the major axis is the line through the vertices of an ellipse. Number 7. All right, so they want us to change to the standard form equation of an ellipse, which is this. And we're going to have to complete the squares. That's something we've done in Algebra 1, but we'll go over it again. Okay, so I have x squared plus 4y squared minus 8y minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. So what are we going to do? Well, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to move this constant to the other side. And the way we do that in algebra is we do the opposite, right? And we do it on both sides. So we're going to subtract 9 on both sides. And so we have x squared plus 4y squared minus 8y minus 6x. Oh, and another thing I probably should do, I should keep the x's together. So I'm going to move that minus 6x up. And then we have plus 4y squared minus 8y equals negative 9. Okay. So what's next? So the next thing is now we're going to complete the squares. So we're going to start with the x's. We're only given that. And the formula to complete this square is going to be b over 2 squared. So just keep that in mind. So let's look at this one. So again, this is based off the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c. So we only have the first two terms. So a is 1, b is negative 6. So off to the side, we're going to do negative 6 divided by 2 squared. And what we get there, that is equal to, see, negative 3 squared, which is positive 9. So this is x squared minus 6x, and then let me do this in a different color, plus 9. And since we plus 9 on this side of the equation, we have to do it on the other side. So let's make sure we do that. And if you notice, that gave us our c, so technically we can say that equals c. Okay, so now let's do the other side. The y, we're going to complete the y's now. And let's see. So we have a is 4, b is negative 8. So we have negative 8 over 2 squared, which is negative 4 squared, which is positive 16. And since in this case, A is not 1, like over here, we're going to divide this by 4. Okay, so we have to do one more step. And so we have plus 4y squared minus 8y. And then this would be plus 4, because 16 divided by 4 is 4. And then we have to add 4 over here. So we get negative 9 plus 9 is 0, 0 plus 4 is 4. Okay, so we have that down. If you notice in the equation here, that's a 1 after the equal sign. So what do I need to divide 4 by to get 1? I need to divide it by 4. And we're going to go ahead and split this. So it's x squared minus 6x plus 9 over 4 plus 4y squared minus 8y plus 4 over 4 equals 1. Okay, so we're getting closer. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to factor those numerators of those two fractions. And let's start with our x's. So x squared minus 6x plus 9. Well, a times c is 9. And then which factors add up to negative 6 would be negative 3, negative 3. And so since they're both the same, we're going to combine those so we have a square. So this would be x minus 3 squared over 4. Okay, and let's now do the y. So we have 4y squared minus 8y plus 4. So notice here that we have 4, 8, and a 4. They can each be divided by 4. So that's what we're going to do. And so we're left with y squared minus 2y plus 1. And since we divided by 4, we have to bring it out. So it's 4 times what we had left. And then we can proceed to focus here for now and do our AC. So 1 times 1 is 1, which factors add up to negative 2, negative 1, negative 1. So we get x minus 1 times x minus 1. Since they're the same, we can write as x minus 1 squared. And then that 4, just make sure we bring it back. So we have plus 4 of x minus 1 squared over 4 equals 1. So again, we're getting closer. And then we notice here, we have a 4 over 4. They cancel out. And therefore we have x minus 3 squared over 4 plus x minus 1 squared, and we see that's 1 equals 1. So the correct answer would be this one. Oops. And I did it again. These are supposed to be y terms. Okay. Number 8, find the center of the hyperbola. Okay, so hyperbola. So the general formula is x minus h squared over a squared minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. And similar to this circle, the center is going to be hk. So if I look here, this is where my h is, and this is where my k is. And since they're inside parentheses, we're going to take the opposite. So if I see negative 1, it's going to be positive 1. And then if I see plus 3, it's going to be negative 3. So this is our answer. Okay, so using the equation, we want to find a, b, and then we can say this is h and this is k. Okay, so this is h, this is k. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, so we have another hyperbola. And again, if we look at our general, a squared is this one. This is a squared, and this is b squared. And we know this is h, and this is k. So let's get down to business. Okay, so if 8 squared equals 9, and I'm looking for a, well, the way I get a is I take the square root of 9, which is 3. So a is 3. And so similar to b, that's b squared equals 4. Take the square root of 4, we get b equals 2. And then h, we see a minus 3, so it's a positive 3. For k, we see minus 4, so it's a plus 4. And those are our answers. Number 10. Okay, using the same equation, we want to find the center. So remember, that's h and k. So that is positive 3, positive 4. And then 11, find the vertex of the equation. So this is a quadratic. So it looks like it's a parabola. And the general form is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. So the vertex is going to be h and k. And since h is inside the parentheses, we take the opposite. So we see minus 3, it's a positive 3. And since k is on the outside, you take it as is. So you see plus 2, it is a plus 2. And then last one, number 12, find the y-intercept of the equation y equals x minus 3 squared plus 2. Well, where are y-intercepts located? They're located on the y-axis, right? Where x equals what value? 0. And so we know our point is going to have 0 for x. And so to find the y, just plug in 0. So that's negative 3 squared plus 2, which is 9, plus 2, which is 11. So it would be 0, 11. Okay, so let's check our answers. Okay, so first one is map. Second one is circle. 3 is 3, 2. 4 is 4. 5 is ellipse. 6 is major axis. 7 is x minus 3 squared over 4 plus y minus 1 squared over 1 equals 1. 8 is 1, negative 3. 9 is 3 for A. B is 2, and it's 3, 4. 10 is 3, 4. 11 is 3, 2. 12 is 0, 1. And that's it.